Hi, my name is Annabeth Demek, and I'm here to present to you my instructional design. The purpose of this video is to give you an overview on my instructional design, which is for web design and development. This course is created for my students who are taking, or any students who are taking web design and development for fundamentals of computer science classes. The main goal for these classes is that the students in computer science classes will have a successful experience throughout the course, and to be able to experience significant learning environment with the use of COVA methodology. So I have answered all the questions that have asked in our assignment, and I have aligned it through the use of Google Docs, and I have answered all the questions in details one by one. However, since we are with the time, I'm just gonna post it in my e-portfolio just in case I won't be able to mention everything on it. So now let me show you my course. So this is my course, and it was created for from Learning Management System Schoology. This is the learning management system that my district has been using. So for my start page, let's click this. So I have started with welcome and course goal. So this is just a little page that will tell you what is the course goal. We will learn how to design and create a web page. And I have introduced myself, and students usually call me Mrs. Demek or Miss D. I also put my email address and my phone numbers just in case they need help. And I also mentioned that I have tutorials and I can schedule meetings during my 6th period and ask question if they needed. After the welcome course goal, I have the course outline with learning goal. So I have 5 different modules that I have developed with the use of my pink 3-column table and UBD template. So for example, we have the week 1, what is a web design and development, and then the learning goal is to understand what is a web design and development and understand its importance. So it also goes with week 2, week 3, week 4, and week 5. So I want to emphasize that we are starting from the theory, which is the week 1 and week 2, web design and research, and on week 3 and week 4, we are going to dive in learning the coding for HTML and CSS, which is the main component of creating a website. And then last but not least, we have the week 5, which is finalizing the web design. I'm going to ask my students for forwards and surveys and reflection, for collaborations, and for a growth mindset. So the learning goal for that is to practice collaboration with classmates, accept feed forwards and suggestions. After that, I also include the grading rubric, so the student knows how I am going to grade them. I have the warm-up and exit tickets can be formative and informative assessment. I have also the completion of lesson activities and mini quizzes, discussion and participation, projects-based learning assessment. It's always 60% of the rubric. So in our district, we have this 60%, 40% proportion when it comes to grading. So 60% are major and 40% are minor. So since this is a technology class and I wanted my students to really experience the real learning, so I am using my project-based learning assessment as a major grade. And last but not least, we have the feedback surveys, reflections, and peer assessments. So the purpose of that is all for collaboration. I have written here the technology and class support. Of course, because it's hybrid, we need computers, Wi-Fi, just in case something is not going right with the computers. I put the contact for the IT department for any technical issues, and my support for anything that the students is needed. So I also put my scheduled tutorial after class. I have a free period, which is my 6th period. For my 100% virtual students, I can meet them on MWF or Monday, Wednesday, Friday. The Zoom meeting link is included here. And I also have a link for any inquiries or questions or feedback for any students that needed anything or any questions that they want to ask me. So they can reach me out from there. And then I also include the resources and software application that we are going to use, which is the web browser code.org, Microsoft PowerPoint, and with the help of www.3schools.com, which is a very good website when it comes to coding and programming. And then last but not the least, I also put introduction for my students, 4 questions for them to kind of have a perception with each other, and a perception from me to them. So I want to know what are they want to learn in this class and what is their class expectations. Now we are going to discuss the week 1, what is web design and development. So I have put some lessons here, web design and development. So if you click that, you are going for YouTube, which is this video that they're gonna watch. And then after that, as you can see, I have some discussion on the importance of web development. I have some vocabulary lessons here. And then I have an activity research that the students need to do. And I also attach the rubric on how am I going to grade them. So at first, this is an individual, and then we're going to move forward for partner and group work. And then during the presentation, I will use a glow and grow method. This glow and grow method will be introduced to the students. Glow is something that the classmate did good. What did they learn about it? Is it organized? Is it easy to read? Is it interesting? Grow is something that they think they can still do better. So exit tickets, you will see every module that I have warm up and exit tickets. These are ideas or methods to know if the students is grasping the learning or if they're learning something, or what are the questions that they have throughout the modules. So let me go back to the main section. So as you notice, I have 5 different modules that I have used with the help of my pink 3-column table and UBD template. So this methods is to showcase the learning of my students. It aims to provide students with engaging learning experience that facilitate their understanding while maintaining alignment to establish learning standards, which is, as you know, we are following the TICS from the Texas Education Agency as part of our mandated curriculum. So for week number 2, I have, again, as I mentioned to you, I have the warm-up questions. And then this is an activity research for different kinds of website. Now this is by partner. So they're going to have a partner. Again, I attach a rubric on that. And then afterwards, I'm going to ask them to do a sketchpad using a big big A4 in order to design their website, just kind of putting it into manual thinking, designing. And then afterwards, we're gonna jump on creating it in MS PowerPoint. So I also provide the directions, and then I have some examples of my previous students that have created this designs using Microsoft PowerPoint. And then next is we have the Glow and Grow presentation again, in order for the students to give a review, feed forward, and ideas. And then I have questions and discussions, exit tickets for knowledge check. And then if I go back to my web design development section again, my week 3 and week 4, I will jump into using the curriculum for code.org, which is their curriculum for creating web pages. In here, we're gonna create intro to HTML. So although this is created curriculum, I will still be facilitating the students asynchronously in order for them to help them with any questions that they have. So again, everything that I have is discussions, exit tickets, peer reviews, especially on the finalizing the web designs of the students. Also, I will be there for them to facilitate them the whole time. This course is student-centered and asynchronous learning. This is 80% asynchronous and 20% synchronous. It's a blended learning that will incorporate instruction face-to-face, and students will be Schoology and to guide them throughout their learning. And with the technology resources, I know we needed Wi-Fi internet in here. So that's why from the beginning, I have the technology class support in order to help them. Who are they gonna contact, and also my contact for my support. Again, this is my instructional overview for my web design and development. If I have missed mentioning anything, I'm gonna post my my assignment guide questions. Thank you.